What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, guys? Happy Black History Month, girl. This a rough start to to Black History Month. I mean, besides the Grammys and stuff, girl, it's just been a lot that's been going on. What's happening with y'all? Y'all been good? Y'all been safe? Girl, I can't wait to go. I feel like is that a it is. Anyway, I'm not even finna do that. I actually washed my hair the other day. Well, actually, 2 days ago. Today is Wednesday. Monday night around like 9:45, 9:50, something, whatever. Why would I wash my hair? Knowing damn well it wasn't going to be fully dry, even when I used the blow dryer and tried to do it. And my goodness, I only really wash my hair when I have to myself and I don't feel like going to the shop to do it. Because usually I just wait to go to the shop for them to wash my stuff. Y'all probably can already tell. But but girl, I had to wash because I had put this lotion on there and it just didn't go in right and made my hair look like I was, it was too much. Okay, it made my hair look all flaky and stuff and look like I was a dirty bitch walking around, and I didn't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I had to wash my hair. Baby girl, I might have to cut these locks a little bit, cause bitch, it's a difference. It's a difference when you land in the pool. You land in the washing bowl or whatever at the salon getting your hair done, and you washing your shit standing up in the shower. Girl, I said, oh my God, I'm finna drown because the shit's so goddamn heavy. I'm like, oh no, oh no. Yeah, there's that. And then I had to leave out the next day, and my hair was not it's just a fucking mess. Anyway, y'all know like how them little white girls or the little Hispanic girls or them little the non-blacks, and that can encompass the whites, the Hispanics, the Asians, anybody who could get away with just washing their hair that morning and going out, even if it's not dry, because it'll be dry probably in the next couple of hours or so. Girl, that's how I felt like when I was at work though. I said, bitch, you don't have the hair texture for that. What are you doing? This shit is still wet as shit. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, girl, here we go again. Here we go. Here we go again, bitch. Why you won't open up? Anyway, girl. Oh, it's just been so much that's been going on that honestly I don't really feel like talking about because boo. But I'm just so totally well, how's the weather? We're finally about to get some good weather out here. Okay. It warmed up for a few the other day and the peoples was outside with the music playing like it was springtime. And I said, girl, Chicago don't so unserious. But yeah, we supposed to get into the 40s like probably later this week, so I'm good with that. Um, Mind you, my mama had just texted me talking about so, make sure you go grocery shopping and you got all your food and you got your water and all of that because this weekend is supposed to be cold and make sure, close your blinds and close everything to warm up your place and, keep your pipes warm and all this stuff. I said, Mama, it's supposed to be mid-30s. And low 40s for the rest. Like, what are you talking about, girlfriend? Maybe that's out there where you at, but maybe not over here, okay? But, okay, cool. Anyway, and if it do get cold, bitch, I don't give a damn. I'm so tired of it. It was snowing a little bit earlier, but it ain't doing nothing. It literally was like a little drizzle, and then it went away. So, hey, it is what it is. But how y'all doing? I hope y'all cool. Let's just get up into this mess. Like I said, happy Black History Month. They try to take it from us and everything, and they're literally trying. It is so crazy, bitch. They are literally trying to erase history. They're trying to erase everything that shows Caucasian people, Caucasian European settlers, colonizers, all of that as what they did. I literally just seen something what the White House just put out talking about some, you know, all because the people's, and I believe it was like Billie Eilish said some shit, Shabubu said some stuff on the stage or whatever about, the country being built by immigrants and all this stuff or whatever. And you know, people took offense to it or whatever. But I get what he was trying to say. Like this land is this whole country. I get what she was trying to say. I get what he was trying to say. I understand how people can take it wrong because what, but this country was built off the back of slaves and built off of immigrants, and it just irks me when it comes to this whole ICE situation where oh, this illegal immigration stuff, and oh, and we gotta pay them, and we're using our tax dollars to support them, and they're taking jobs and all this stuff. 9 out of 10 the jobs that these immigrants are, or these illegal quote unquote immigrants are taking, as you say, they're the jobs that no one wants to do. All right. You see what happened when ICE has been rounding up people off the farms and stuff. And now these people that owns the farm have to get other people that look like them or put themselves out there on the farm and get out there in the field and pick those crops. It's not easy, okay? It's not easy at all, but this is the jobs that they're taking from able-bodied Americans. Mind you, these are the jobs that these able-bodied Americans were never going after unless they were desperate. They're not as desperate, some people desperate, but not as desperate as the immigrants that's coming over here with absolutely nothing. But then again, we do got people within our own country that were born and raised here, unfortunately, that were forced into poverty because of how the government is. And this whole situation of what's going on right now is not doing anything but making it worse for people that already been here, legal, illegal, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand supporting this government. You could be a Republican and all that shit, but you ain't even got to support what's going on right now. Okay? That's the whole crux of it, And people got something to say about the immigration and, the immigrant talk and, oh, we not immigrants. The White House, Christopher Columbus came over here 1492, sailed the ocean blue. He landed on America and he took over and all this shit, until the woke crowd want to come through. And bitch, they basically said, this year it ain't gonna be Indigenous People Day. It's gonna be back to Christopher Columbus because, girl, they've been up here trying to take away everything. Let me tell you something. We're trying to get rid of the atrocities that your ancestors did, and you're trying to get rid of your fault, your ancestors' fault. Truth be told, and what people just don't understand is the ones that got a problem with what's going on the front, where you're trying to basically whitewash them. It is okay to say that your ancestors and people, girl, I'm trying not to get the y'all be all right. It is okay to say that, yeah, it's a possibility my ancestors or my lineage or descendants and people that look like me before me came through when they colonized, they conquered, they pillaged, they raped, they ravaged, they did all of this negative stuff or whatever. Does that mean that that's what I do? Absolutely not. But I can acknowledge that this is how things happened back then. And that doesn't mean that I have to grow up and I have to play into those same ideologies and those same things, okay? I don't have to take away from the history books because, baby, you can't take away from the history books, okay? History is out there. The evidence is out there. You cannot erase it, all right? Taking things down out of the African-American museums and all of this stuff and trying to erase our histories and trying not to teach this. Y'all already went on that course of trying to take critical race theories out of goddamn school. Now you taking shit out of the fucking museums and now you want to change shit. Bitch, it is what it is at the end of the day. You're doing nothing. You want to say that you're running this country and you're not a racist or whatever, but yet this is racism. You're literally running on racism and you're running on hate. And I just don't understand what's not clocking about that and how come you don't get it, and anybody else that follows the logic of what's going on. Why do you want to be proud to know that this country was built supporting the hate that this country was built on? Like, it's 2026. What happened to fucking equality? How come we can't get into that? Like, we ain't asking for much. We just want to be equal. That's it, bitch. And we want you to stop being racist and everything, because at the end of the day, the people that you're being racist towards and you're being discriminatory towards, they're not even doing anything to you. You have no reason. And it takes so much more energy to hate a person than to actually either ignore or love them. Like, I just, oh my God, this mind frame that we're in, girl, it's 2026. They literally trying to take us back. They literally trying to take us back. A lot of us did not experience what it was like to have segregation. And I mean real segregation, Jim Crow and all that stuff, whatever, and drinking out of this water fountain and going only here and only sitting in the back of the bus if you were a certain color and sit in this area, whatever, whites only, colors only, and all that stuff. They're trying to take us back and trying to make us experience that. And I'm going to tell you, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. We can keep this charades up for the next 3 years, but it's not going to happen. Baby, they're flipping that red blue. Okay? And then for the people that got an issue with the fact that people are out here using their platforms and they're speaking up against the bullshit that's happening, that says a lot about you. Quit saying that you don't need to bring... It's been so many naysayers, and that just goes to show when you say shit like that, you are for it. Okay? You are for what's going on. You got people that don't even live here that's talking about how you shouldn't put and discuss politics and all of this stuff or whatever, and bring us what's going on in acceptance speeches and all this stuff for the entertainers. Who the fuck are you to tell somebody how to use their platform? Either they can get up there and say something, or they can get up there and just go ahead and accept that award and go about their day. This has been going on since award shows have been happening. Whether it's the Oscars, whether it's the Golden Globes, whether it's the Emmys, the Grammys, whatever the fuck it is, okay? This has been happening. I never forget, mind you, I wasn't around then, but I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff. And I never forget I don't remember who the actor was, but he didn't show up. Was it Marlon Brando? Or somebody? They won an Oscar and they didn't show up. But they had this indigenous woman, Native American woman, get up there and accept that. And she told that shit off, bitch. And I said, I know this fuck right. So talking about some politics don't belong in entertainment and everything. Politics is everywhere. Case in fucking point. Now, see, I kind of went light on Jolly Roll when I was doing my Grammys thing. Maybe because I was tired of shit, bitch. But I didn't see the after effect, that after interview. Who this? And they've been tearing his little pudgy ass up, you know what I'm saying? From one pudge to the next pudge. You lose a little bit of weight and all of a sudden you just get beside yourself. First of all, that speech or whatever, you get up there on that stage and you get... it's wrong to talk about politics and put your views out there, but it's okay to talk about God and basically force it down people's throat when not everybody believes either in God or that particular God, your God. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. But we get up there, we talk about the issues that's going on that's affecting people around us, the people that's actually supporting these artists and these actors and all this stuff. They're wrong for doing that. Jelly Roll got his ass up there on them Grammys Awards and he was preaching, and my God, and Jesus this, and Jesus knows no political party and all this stuff, and my Lord is this, and my Lord and that. Oh, okay, bitch. Ain't nobody asked you to fucking preach at us like that. I don't like when y'all try to stuff shit down people's throat. Okay, let people, and then you do it so fucking like, it's so aggressive. That's a turn off. You want to draw, you gotta be soft with it when you're trying to draw people to a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? That bitch, I hear some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I finna go to the hellfire or some shit? Do I need to get down on my knees and pray right now? What's going on? I'm a little scared, right? So then the interview that he did after the Grammys, after he won his Grammys, and one of the reporters had asked him about ICE, right? This motherfucker got up there. After you got up there throwing around Jesus and all this stuff and saying Jesus knows no political party and everything, whatever, woo, everybody can know Jesus and all this stuff. Okay, cool. It kills me that these days, even, for this particular party, y'all will throw around, you want to do Christian values, you want to talk about religion and all that stuff, and you talk about Jesus, and you want to say the sanctity is Jesus and religion and all that stuff, and Christianity, understandable, that's cute. But yet you do not, and when I say you do not follow the Bible, and you do not follow Jesus. So for Jelly Roll to get up there and to literally tell that reporter, you know what, I don't know. I'm just a dumb, ignorant redneck. I don't keep up with anything that's going on. I haven't had my phone, and I ain't got social media on my phone, and I don't know what's going on. When you come from where I come from, and poverty and all this stuff, and drug addiction and all this, and you just don't keep up with stuff like that. I said bullshit. I could go talk to some niggas that's been on the streets hustling for how long, and they'll know who the fuck Trump is. They'll know what the hell is going on with ICE. They know what the fuck is going on. Stop the fucking cap. Bitch, Jelly Roll used to be in the streets, okay? And at one point, is it true that he was a GD? Somebody had shown me a picture, and they put it in my video on TikTok. Somebody showed it, like, he used to have braids, bitch. You are a fucking culture vulture, okay? You do what works for you. That nigga, let me take that back. He's just like Post Malone. Hung out with the black people. Got his hustle on. Dressed like our culture, so they say. And then as soon as he got on with this music stuff, he went right into the whole country, and associated with that, and did a whole complete 180. So you get up there and you say shit like that, and when I just need people to understand, when you say stupid shit like that don't make any sense, you're basically saying without saying the actual words that you support or you don't give a damn about what's going on in the streets right about now, what's going on in this country right about now with people getting killed, U.S. citizens getting killed, kids being used as bait, as I keep on saying. Thank God that little boy and his daddy is back home. Innocent people getting shot in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me you don't know nothing about what's going on? Bitch, you ain't got to be on social media. You don't see nothing on the news? You don't turn the TV on and see the news? When you get on your phone and you go on, internet searches or whatever, you don't even have to have Twitter. You don't have to have TikTok. You don't have to have Instagram. You don't have to have none of that. You can have your news on there. And you see exactly what the fuck is going on. Even with the fucking right-wing news, you see what the hell is going on. You just told us what your affiliation is, and then we already know because we saw you with Trump. That's your good buddy. We see you hanging out with Kid Rock. You are actually friends with Kristi Noem, who is Secretary of State, who is the one doing all of this shit with the ICE. Okay? Yeah. People have clocked your shit already, nigga. Okay? And again, and for the ones that would be like, well, why y'all expecting or trying to make these celebrities say something or whatever? Ain't nobody trying to make nobody say nothing. Either you say something or you don't. Just don't get up there preaching about God one moment, but then all of a sudden silent on the issues that Jesus would have spoke up about. And even it ain't even silent. It's what he did. You gave a dumbass excuse. You gave a stupid, lame-ass excuse and just saying, I don't want to talk about that right now. I would have been like, ooh, but okay. That told me what it is. You don't want to talk about that right now because, oh, now hold the freak on. Okay. Girl, I'm trying to find them earrings. I'm about to say, I don't know what the hell I did with them. My mama gonna whoop my ass. No, you didn't want to talk about that. That's fine. You ain't got to. But we know what you stand. That'd be better. Even silence or no comment. Or can we move on to the next comment? I don't want to get too much into that right about now. That's it. And given how you close to them, we would have already known and would have understood why you didn't want to say that because you don't want to lose their favor. It is what it is. Okay? And then don't your wife got a podcast? The fuck y'all be on there talking about? If you don't know what's going on. Girl, shut up. And then doing the goddamn Grammys, this whole shit. Listen, I'm so tired of talking about this lady, and we not about to do this because we already get what is that. I ain't watched that shit that she did, that interview that she did with that other person. Bitch, I'm not trying to partake in right wing propaganda, and I don't want to partake in somebody that is willfully or ignorantly, willfully or non willfully under psychosis, not realizing that she is being used and played by this side to try to get these dummies over there to the left. Okay, mind you, coming over to Trump's side at this point means absolutely nothing, and it does absolutely nothing for you. You want to know why? Because he's not going to be running for re-election. You are not about to be able to vote for him now, even if you were going. I seen somebody, one of them bars, talk about something. I am now a Republican because of this. Bitch, shut the dumb fuck up. Y'all are so stupid. Okay, so and what are you gonna get out of it? What are you gonna get out of it? And I'm not saying it like, oh, you're supposed to say Democrat. No, I'm just saying you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're not doing it because this is what you honestly feel. You're doing it because somebody that is a favorite artist of yours is now a Republican, which she's always been a Republican. It's been in her music, and just by the way that she's moved, we knew that she was a Republican, right? It's just now she's vocal about it and she's very active about it. That's what's catching people off guard. Motherfuckers already knew. Okay. But the thing is, you're literally being influenced by a celebrity. You can't think for yourself. And I'm not saying that, oh, you gotta, and again, like I said, you ain't gotta be Democrat, you ain't gotta be Republican, you ain't gotta be shit. But whatever it is that you try to affiliate yourself with, make sure it makes sense for you, and you're doing it because you weighed your pros and cons about this particular party. And it fits what's going on in your life. You're not doing it because a favorite artist of yours is that. Bitch, do you know how dumb you look? That's why we in this stupid shit now. You look just as dumb as her. And then this bitch get up there because you get up in your feelings. It is the fucking Grammys, bitch. Trevor Noah, if it wasn't going to be Trevor Noah, somebody else who was going to be the host was going to make a Nicki Minaj joke. Okay? You just got to get over it. You part of pop culture, you're part of the news, you're part of the shit that's going on. If you didn't want nobody to make a joke about you, you should have just kept all this shit quiet, okay, under wraps. But no, you're doing TikToks and you're doing all this about it, so of course it's public, people are going to talk about it. They have their right. You have your right to do what you do, and they have their right to say what they got to say. That's how this thing works, okay? So getting upset that a little jokey joke was made, and it really wasn't even as bad as he could have went. It just said that you up there chilling in the White House and y'all up there going back and forth about who ass bigger, And so I feel like what really ticked her off in that moment was the fact that the audience, because from what was being tweeted, they said some of the people that was there that was coming out saying things, they said it was real loud up in there when he said that jokes, but people cheering and laughing at her ass. I said, oh. And I guess, her feelings got a little hurt that, oh, yeah, the industry don't fuck with me. Because those was the industry people down there on the floor doing all that shit. The industry people don't fuck with me. That's just basically what it is. And I truly don't feel like it's anything to truly 100% do with the fact that she went on ahead with the Trump shit. No. 9 out of 10, it's because people feel comfortable enough to express that they don't fuck with that lady because they haven't been fucking with her for years. Because of how she is. The stories coming out about how she's not a good person and how, especially to work with, and this has been going on for years. I was like, wow, well, shit, bitch. And so therefore, this is where the victim mentality comes in, and you want to feel like you're being bullied. Bitch, ain't nobody bullying you. Okay, nobody is bullying you. Then you talk about something as their ritual. A ritual, you're talking about the Grammys. The Grammys that you was sitting at home watching, obviously, or you're watching the clips on your phone and getting your feelings about because you couldn't go, because you had no reason to go, because you were not nominated. No one's talking about you. No one asked you to come and perform, and they never will at this point. That because the people don't like you. That's what it is with you, bitch. Okay? And reality must have hit right then and there, and now all of a sudden it's a ritual that you participated in at one point. We forget, and we ain't forgot when you got up there and you did a whole exorcism and devil worship or whatever on that stage when they told your ass not to, and that's why she ain't been up there. Okay, but yeah, girl, cause they ain't like that shit. They ain't like that shit at all. I was a little confused bad, but I was like, I mean, she just is. I honestly didn't think it was going to take her, like, being on the Grammys or whatever like that. Because I'm like, hey, it's expression. Do what you got to do. Everybody ain't. But now you so fully Christian. But I was okay with it. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I was like, oh, this is something. Bitch, I'm finna go watch The Exorcist. Like, that's how I felt. But, girl, the people wasn't here for it. Hey, it is what it is, right? But now we're so uber Christian and we're tweeting about satanic worship and sacrificing kids and doing all of this shit. Let me tell you something, you dumb bitch. I'm so fucking tired of this lady. Like, I try to avoid. I got her blocked on every fucking thing, but the shit keep coming up on the blogs, bitch. And I can't really block the blogs because that's where I be getting some of my information so I can come up here and talk to you guys about. Bitch. You putting up shit. Trevor Noah was the one that made the joke. The people are in the audience laughing at your ass. And yet you go in on Jay-Z and Beyonce. And I'm going to say Beyonce because you're trying to make it seem as if Jay-Z and, was up here, part of the sacrificing people. And you trying to imply that he's a pedo. And calling it out or whatever, putting up Photoshop pictures of Aaliyah. And dumb age is trying to say that she was 15 when he was with her or some shit like that. When, bitch, why are we upset? First of all, why are we putting and defaming and bothering someone that is no longer here to defend herself? That's one. Two, why are you photoshopping? And again, something that can easily be proven because they found the picture from where it came from, and she was very much 21 years old. Three, how come you're going after Jay-Z? Because it's alleged and it's rumored that they could have possibly had something, but yet she says she never. Oh, it's never listened to what they say, the victim says or whatever, the actual person in talking, because Aaliyah has said time and time again that she's never had anything with Jay-Z. Also, I think Dame Dash said something to the sort as well. Why are we not mad at Dame Dash old ass who was actually the one with Aaliyah? Exactly. Then people want to bring up the Foxy Brown situation. Foxy has already come out and said, bitch, never have, never will, and never did. So quit putting my name up in shit. And Foxy and him is still cool like that. And that really don't mean nothing because, Stockholm Syndrome. Hey, you got to call everything out because, Stockholm Syndrome is a thing. But I'm not saying, if she's saying nothing went down, nothing went down. It is what the fuck it is at this point because where's the proof? And again, it's always what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. Okay, so what is done in the dark and what's coming to the light? Where is the evidence? Oh, wait, you'll see. What are we seeing? That's all y'all say is you'll see. Then you put up the thing in the picture trying to say that Beyonce was 16 when he was with her or whatever. Mind you, when she was 16, she was with Londell. What? Yeah, they met when they was a group. But they was not fucking around with each other until she was way done with Londell. Bitch, come on. Like, we went over this. And it is dummies that keep on, trying to, he groomed her. He this, he that. And, oh, God. And it's like, what is this hard on that y'all got for Jay-Z? What exactly? And it's no real reason. You want to know what it is? It's because you follow fucking Nicki Minaj and because she got this imaginary beef with this man that if this man owed you money again, why have you not sued the nigga? Why have you not sued him? So now when the Epstein files comes out, all of a sudden they want to throw it out there and try to make it seem like he was in the files. Mind you, there's no other black people that's in that file, right? Because Epstein did not like niggas. And definitely would not like a nigga that's smarter than him or on his level or whatever. No, so even Diddy ain't even in the fucking files, bitch. Okay, Diddy would be in them files before a Jay-Z, before a Pusha T, okay, before a Russell Wilson, you know. That come on now. Let's use our brains, right? So you got that going on, and basically, because the files came out, like some of the files came out, and it's been a goddamn tidal wave, bitch, and I'm all the way here for it. I just don't like the misinformation, and it's really irky with this Jay-Z Pusha T situation because y'all focusing more so on misinformation and lies and trying so hard to take this man down when you're not even focusing on the actual victims. You don't care about the victims. You just want to take this man down and you want to humble Beyonce. That's just all that it is to it. And again, nobody has said any legitimate issue that this man has done, because I see all of the reports and I see more stories about this man helping people out of financial struggles and everything else, okay? And yet, y'all say he's such a terrible person. Do I 100% believe that he's on the up and up? No, bitch. Let me tell you what I would believe, and I was thinking about this earlier today. I would believe it'd be easier for me to believe if Roc Nation, bitch, if it was to come out and say that Roc Nation was up there really organization, drug smuggling organization, I'd be like, bitch, I can't believe that shit. I shut the fuck up and be like, well, you know. That'd be more believable than what you're trying to say now, okay? Now, when it comes to the Jay-Z and the Pusha T thing, basically, and the Russell Wilson, because like I said, the files came out. It was a tip from 2019 that they said either a homeless person or a random person called into the FBI tip line. It's unverified. They didn't follow up into it, or they didn't find anything to, substantiate or prove that it actually happened. And people go and they run with it because they already on this course of trying to take this man down. For whatever reason, they have a vendetta against Jay-Z, and they think that, you think that he rules the world or whatever. You want to take him down and he's ruining this, whatever. But then Jay-Z is the one that y'all want to run to help get you out of fucking shit. Your contract disputes and all that shit. Like, it's crazy. Which one is it? Is it Uchi Wally or is it One Mic? I'm confused, right? But back to the 2019 report. It was just a little tip that some woman allegedly that said that she was kidnapped 7 times and hour by him, or no, he was there, but she said that she was our word, and it was Pusha T that was there. It was Harvey Weinstein and all that shit. The dates are between 1990, either 94, 96, right? And one side, because I ain't even gonna hold you, bitch, and I'm giving you the real. Y'all know I cannot lie and have my feelings regardless of how I like a person or not. When I saw that nigga name popped up and I saw the headlines before I actually read into it, I was ready to go there. I was about to say, you know what? Fuck that nigga. Beyonce, get the fuck away from that nigga because he about to bring your ass down. Let that bitch go. Put him in jail. I was ready to say that shit. Y'all know that. Y'all know that, bitch. But then I had to read it and I said, oh. And then I saw the dates and I said, oh, bitch. 1996, around that time, 94, 96, Jay-Z was not even on the map like that. He had just released Reasonable Doubt in June of 96. Jay-Z was still selling fucking CDs out of the backseat of his car. Like, come on, you guys. And then, how is a little known rapper that was only technically really locally known? Yeah, he probably got his millions off the streets, but he ain't have enough money to go partying and to go fucking around and doing some shit like that with an Epstein, let alone, to do something with a Harvey Weinstein, okay? Let alone Epstein and be on the island and all that shit. Girl, it don't make sense. Now, if the dates actually lined up, I'd be like, well, bitch, Jay, what the fuck you gotta say, nigga? Did it happen or not? but the dates don't add up and the story don't add up. You say one thing, but then the story, the tip was contradictory, okay? And then Pusha T was 19 years old. And again, you have to understand Jeffrey Epstein did not like black people. That he ain't had no niggas up in there like that. And if they did, they had to be on a certain fucking caliber. And Jay-Z just was not there yet. That was a street nigga, for real, for real. He still was in hustle mode. The nigga probably was still selling drugs while he was selling CDs out of his car. So the dates didn't line up. The financial wealth didn't line up. 1996 Jay-Z is not 2026 billionaire Jay-Z. Now, if it was earlier, well, I would say if it was probably a few years ago, and when I say a few years ago, like probably around when Epstein died. Well, if he was a billionaire back then when Epstein died or whatever, and then them dates came out, and it was around that time before he died, and he was still had all that money, and I would have been like, divorce him. Check his shit. For real, for real. Lock his ass up. I would have been all like that. But again, the dates do not add up. It's a very unverified, actually, tip. And these are something that you can just call in for whatever. And this was around the time where, and people was pulling it up, had no idea nigga was saying some shit back then too. So it was around that time where she started saying some stuff. So they were like, I don't know if people can go that far and try to be petty enough to throw it out there and call her just because another artist or whatever got a problem with another artist to call the FBI. I don't think that's the case. But the Pusha T situation, that was back when he was beefing with Drake. That's probably why they put his name up in there. I don't know if that got anything to do with it, but 1996 and all that shit, Pusha T was young as shit. He was 19 years old, and he was still selling crack, okay? He had no money. He couldn't be out there with them motherfuckers if he wanted to. You know, it's just don't... it don't line up, the dates. Again, like I said, if you had the correct dates, if you had other dates or whatever, then maybe I'll give it a little looky-loo and be like, oh. But no, the dates are not. And even some of the media outlets that had put that out there had to retract that and all that stuff. But, and I seen somebody say, I wish that Jay-Z and Beyonce, or I wish that Beyonce would come out and say something because this be, you know, I know she be quiet or whatever. Say what? They want them to be like Russell Wilson. Russell, you know, he basically, his name did pop up in the files, but a lot of people's names are popping up in the files, but they're not necessarily saying what some of those are doing. Some of them are just like whether they went to an event and Epstein just been there or whatever. But when it comes to, I don't know what it is, but when it comes to Russell Wilson, he said, my name probably up in there only because I was about to buy this plane and I had no idea that the plane was from Epstein, and I said absolutely no. So what you're not going to do is try to make it seem like I never met that motherfucker in my life. Okay, so don't put me in that shit. And he cleared that shit right up. You know, I was like, Russell, you cool. Ain't nobody believe that shit, no way. Also, when it comes to the whole thing, y'all pushed about Jay-Z and Pusha T, but you ain't say nothing about Eminem. And there goes, see what I'm saying? Because Eminem name was brought up too. And we know this is bullshit. Like, come on. If you know it's bullshit about that, how come? Anyway, it's just an agenda against them Carters. And it is what it is. And again, it's like, you want Beyonce to come out and say what? You want her to come out and try to defend herself because all the time she be quiet. She don't get into the social media of it all. She don't put the statements out or whatever to combat rumors and all that stuff anymore. And it's like, if she comes out and do that, what you're going to do? You're still not going to believe. You're going to feel like, oh, she only doing this because she guilty and all this stuff. And she trying to defend her husband. It's a lose-lose situation with the public. Okay, when misinformation gets out there and you got people that's out here, because people don't like to do research these days, and people just like to look at a headline, and they like clickbait, and that's just what it is. And that's how they get their people in. People are naive, people are gullible, people are having very short attention span, and so that's just what happens. And hey, it is what it is. And truth be told, I just want people to understand, them motherfuckers are, they sitting on $3.5 billion over there. They got money. And this, you know, for Beyonce and Jay-Z to be such terrible people, they could have been had people shit shut the fuck down. They could have had academic shit shut down if they wanted to. They definitely could have had Nikki shit shut the fuck down. Okay, I really feel like they don't even give a fuck about what she got to say because they just know that the bitch is losing it. I don't think they sent her a cease and desist because obviously the bitch keep talking. I don't think they even planning on suing the bitch. Okay, they could have had a lot of shit shut the fuck down. So all of these accounts and stuff, they could have been did that. These podcasters, these radio stuff, they could have threw their influence around to shut shit down and get people fired and get people things snatched or whatever, but they haven't done that. So it's like for them to be such terrible people, why haven't they done that? Cause bitch, I would have did that shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you. I do that shit. And y'all focusing so much on these motherfuckers. And then, bitch, when Nicki Minaj, what the fuck did she shade Lizzo for? I was so confused when I seen that. It was like, and fat Lizzo lost 300 pounds only to go ahead and sell 300. Listen, bitch. I ain't gonna hold you. I did. I said, fat phobia and all that. I was like, girl, what the fuck is going on? And then said Chrissy Teigen had a penis. I said, girl, get the fuck. Like, you don't want people to think that you're homophobic or whatever, but you always resort to calling somebody gay, trying to say that somebody's in the closet, and then now you're trying to say that Chrissy Teigen has a penis. Like, girl, being gay or girl, don't nobody give a fuck. Using that as an insult, you're so fucking dumb. Damn. Anyway, and you know, the one thing that Lizzo did say that I do agree with and I won't be surprised by was when she said, don't be surprised when other celebrities probably come out and they're like, at the end of the day, yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers are because they got money. So they're going to go with the party that's going to help them protect their money and let them pay less taxes. That's the Republican Party, okay? And so they're going to put up with the bullshit. And what they're actually doing now is some of them, they see how vitriolic probably some people have been towards, you know, the artists or whatever, the fans and all that stuff has been towards the artists and all of this other shit. So they just stay quiet about it. You know, so hey, it is what it is. And they like, let me wrap this out in peace. Them nigga only got 3 more years. Well, 2.25. Well, I'm gonna say 3 because, you know, it's only been a couple of weeks or so into the second year. But yeah, girl, I'm just like, oh, okay. And when it comes to these files, bitch, disgusting. Disgusting as shit. Y'all also worried about this one particularly, this black man, these 2 black men, but mostly this one black man. That y'all act like know everything, be everywhere is God or whatever is so crazy. But y'all not focusing on the fact that Trump is in these files and did all this alleged stuff and, you know, children went up missing, allegedly getting dead. Ugh, y'all, did y'all read some of them shits? People are disgusting. People are so fucking evil. And yet you want us to, you want to erase your history, your ancestor history as to how they were savages and all this shit. And they did all of this or whatever. But you are actively participating in pedophilia. Was that Ted Cruz that literally said, why are we focusing so much on pedophiles? Well, it is literally people, so many people in that administration that's in those files, so many billionaires, so many powerful people that are in those files, and each and every one that I saw, I knew none, most of them I didn't know, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not surprised though, because that's how they do. That is how they do, and that's why they always say there's no ethical billionaire. You know, there's no ethical billionaire at all. You got to be doing some shit one way or another. It may not be to this extreme, but you may be fucking somebody over. Now, I will say with Jay-Z, Business wise, we could probably give you. You'll probably be better trying to get him something on business wise than trying to do some sex shit. That I would definitely kind of believe. I'd be like, well, how you get all this money that fast? Rock Nation really doing all that? Rock Nation Sports, Rock Nation Management. Bitch, one person benefiting from Rock Nation Management is Megan, because that bitch is everywhere but a studio. But hey, it is what it is. Mama is making her money, okay? Listen. She about to be on this TV show with Daniel Radcliffe. I said, goddamn, bitch. What the fuck? Can we get a little tune? Okay, like, what's going on, girl? But hey, these day and age, if you're smart, you gotta venture out, and you have to have multiple means of income, because music is not doing it for anybody. People not making money from just doing music. They're making their money from touring. That's why you see all these artists going on tour right about now. So many of you motherfuckers going on tour. Yeah, go ahead and go on tour, bitch. Y'all trying to take my girl down right about now. But bitch, she finna come back. Mama, I don't even think we finna get that album soon. We're not about to get Act 3 soon. Especially with all this shit. Mama is going in the studio and she's reworking some things. And she's added and taken out. Because she is probably pissed the fuck off. Because y'all playing on her top. So, if it was, let's say, probably was supposed to make an announcement in March, it's probably going to be later in the year. It's probably going to be later in the year. So, I just forewarn. But yeah, these goddamn files and shit are disgusting as fuck. Everybody is disgusting. I feel so bad for the victims. And then you got motherfuckers like Brett Ratner. So, he's the one that he did the Rush Hour films. He also used to date Serena Williams. I remember when that went down. And then he also dated a quote-unquote woman that was involved with Epstein at one point. And the picture came out with him on the couch with Epstein and this person. He trying to say that that was the person in the picture was my I said, get it out, think of the lie. That was my fiance at the time, And I said, oh, baby, you took too long. You were stuttering too much trying to figure it out. No, girl. And he wouldn't want to say her name and all that stuff because people would figure it out that, the timelines, okay? People could find out a good timeline, And I was just like, baby, they gonna figure it out. And they already have. And yes, sir, you're a lie. You are a lie. So many people got and the Clintons, you know what I'm saying? They said, let's do this public hearing about the files or whatever. They'll testify. Listen. And you want to say that it's the Republican, this is a Democratic hoax and all this stuff. Girl, this ain't no fucking Democrat or no Republican shit. It just so happened that so far it's been a lot of Republicans that's getting called out. But bitch, listen. PDFs and all that shit and nasty fucking shit goes all on every side, bitch. No matter what fucking party line you are in. Motherfuckers are disgusting. Okay? So seeing that Bill Clinton name was up in that bitch, not surprised. Okay? Bill Gates though, but when his ex-wife came out and said, yeah, bitch, I had to get away from that shit. And he gonna have to answer for that or whatever. And he should talk about it. He should say what happened. I said, oh shit, bitch. You know a whole lot more than you trying to say right now. And maybe you just seen some things and you said, hell no. You seen some things and you stayed or whatever until you couldn't take it. But mama knows some shit. Melinda knows some shit. I said, girl, spill it, bitch. Okay? I was like, damn. So the way she gave that answer was like, yeah, he was taking part in some shit. That's what it was given. Bitch, Woody Allen. Woody Allen. Ain't nobody surprised about that. He been this motherfucker married his stepdaughter. His adopted stepdaughter. Nasty bitch. Oh. That docuseries that they did on him, and I believe everything that the ex stepdaughter said. Everybody is disgusting, and I want everybody to go to jail. And you got Trump ass out here trying to act like ain't nothing going on, and that he's been proven innocent and all of this stuff. Nigga, your name was mentioned in them files in them 3 million pages that they released over 30,000 times. Are they not telling him, or are they telling him differently, or is he just really trying to act delusional as fuck? And shout out to China, bitch. I know we ain't even friends with China like that or whatever. Y'all a communist state and all that shit. But China has implemented a rule saying that these child molesters, child R-worders or whatever, the penalty is death. I said thank you. And that's what they need to do, every country. And then they said that all these other countries like Lithuania and some other countries, France and all these other places, they're opening up investigations into these files. Oh, bitch. People are shaking and quaking, bitch. Oh, I just want everybody to fucking tumble, okay? I just want everybody to fucking tumble. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you participated in some disgusting ass shit, you're supposed to protect these kids. But you're out here harming them. Oh, go to jail. Castrate them, then throw them in jail. And then torture them. And then torture them to death. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. Did y'all read some of them shits from the files? Like, it's just, shit like that make my skin crawl, and it makes my stomach hurt so bad, because I don't like, again, as I said, I don't like people hurting children and elderly people. And speaking of elderly people, the fuck is going on with Savannah Guthrie and her family? Mama Nancy done went missing. Girl, they ain't hear from her in days. They up here putting down stuff saying, it looked like it was blood on the wall or some shit or whatever at one point. I said, what? Girl, she elderly as hell. She a little incapacitated. So she couldn't have left by herself. They took her ass home. Baby, she ain't nobody that seen her since. I said, oh my God, what's going on? So they keep on giving us updates. They see, TMZ talking about something. Bitch, they got a ransom letter talking about something. We'll tell you where she at for this amount of money. I said, oh my God, not the cops, but you would tell it to TMZ. I said, is this shit real? They said Harvey and them was up in them files too, but they ain't gonna report on themselves. I see you, Harvey, you nasty bitch. I never liked Harvey. But anyway, there's that. And I said, oh my God, get mommy home. What's going on? Now they saying, bitch, that the prime suspect is the brother-in-law and his goddamn wife. I said, what the fuck? What in the Family Feud is happening? What are you doing? That's all alleged, because we haven't no confirmations, but they did say they're looking into the brother-in-law. And I said, oh my God. And then you got this whole shit with Lil Jon. Lil Jon, his son is missing. They said that boy went and walked out the house with no shoes on, left his phone and everything, and they ain't seen him in almost a week's house. I said, either a few days or almost a week. Oh my God, I hope they find him and I hope he's okay. Like, what is going on with the world? Oh, Lord have mercy, it's a lot. Don Lemon got arrested right before the Grammys. They really thought they was going to do something. Don Lemon got arrested, and listen, he got arrested because of the whole shit happened in Minneapolis and him doing his actual job, reporting what was going on when they went into that church or whatever. Okay, cool. Also, a couple of more, journalists who were actually doing their jobs, and one of those was Georgia Ford. She got arrested. She live streamed her arrest and everything, them coming to the house and everything and all that. All of these people are released now, right? And the ones that we saw in particular that were getting arrested were people of color, niggas, okay? And I'm just like, are you serious? So, of course, they let Don Lemon go that same day because they arrested him early that morning. They let him go that same day. and they gave him no bail, and I think he do got a court date for the 9th or something like that or whatever. Either way, they're trying to charge him with some dumb shit that's not gonna stick because it's very much, it's stupid. He was exercising his First Amendment right, freedom of press, and all of that stuff or whatever. And he wasn't disrespecting anybody. He was doing his fucking job as a journalist. So now you can't be a journalist if you're going to talk about, what's going on the other side. Oh, wow, that's crazy. So when you hear what you don't like, you want to arrest them. Even though they're just reporting the facts and what's being said and shown in real time. This country is a joke. This government is a joke right about now. It's crazy. Y'all, I'm so fucking tired. Savannah Guthrie, that is crazy. And I keep on forgetting about Queen Aaron, the dude that played on The Blind Side, who played the main character, the football boy. He had fell down his stairs because he had passed out, and they had found him. They went to the hospital. Baby was in a coma or whatever. Come to find out, he had a spinal stroke. I said, bitch, what? Girl, they was putting up a GoFundMe and everything, and I'm sitting here like, Sandra Bullock, where you at? Help your son out, okay? Pay the bills a little bit. I'm sorry. But yeah, I be thinking that sometimes, like, y'all don't keep in contact, do a little something. You a good person. But they ain't obligated. They ain't got to do that. But, the family say he's okay now. He's awake. He's responsive. But, oh, my God, that is so scary. It's one thing to have a stroke. Like, when you have strokes, it's like blockages, blood blockages. He had a clot in his goddamn spine, bitch. That's what the fuck a spinal stroke is. Oh my God. It's like, I talked about this on TikTok, but Kevin on Stage, the comedian, you guys probably know, he posted a video and he was talking about, or a tweet or whatever, talking about he went to have his annual exam, right? And all these niggas in the comments was like, oh, you was up there getting your booty played with. You couldn't help but tell us that you got to finger up your booty and all this stuff. And I don't go to the doctors and fuck all this. I never go to the doctor. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with an annual exam? Everybody gets annual exam. And that don't mean that, oh my God, let me stick a finger up my ass. And I said, did you niggas really read that ANNUAL as ANAL as anal instead of annual? Bring back fucking, y'all was the goddamn kids that was left behind. And then all of this masculine toxicity. And again, we understand as Black people that there are medical racism and everything like that that's going on. But you also still need to go to the doctor. Eating just right and drinking what you need to drink. No cutting out sugars and all that stuff, whatever. Eating right, eating clean, exercising, all that stuff. That's good. That helps. But you still need to go to the doctor to get examined, okay, to make sure everything is functioning, because you can be doing everything that you think that you need to do right and your heart can still be weak. You can still have something weak because you didn't realize that you have a genetic abnormality that's going on. You have something that's genetic, meaning, or hereditary, is passing down. It's in your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So somebody in your family had it and now you got it. You know what I'm saying? That does not stop you from getting cancer. You know what I'm saying? And you will want to get help with the cancer, So like, that doesn't stop you from having an aneurysm all of a sudden. That doesn't stop you from having pulmonary embolisms and all these other things. You still need to go to the doctor and make sure everything is still on a tip-top shape, okay? Like, come on, stop being ridiculous, all right? We got to stop this bullshit. What else is going on? Okay, let's get into some entertainment shit a little bit. Well, before we get there, they got to put this headline up there. Jill Biden's ex-husband. I know Jill Biden is over. Like, God damn, bitch. He's an ex for a reason. You didn't even have to report on this. The only reason why you're reporting on this is because he's my ex. And, bitch, it ain't got shit to do with me. Baby, he killed his wife. Oh, he killed his wife. That's just basically what it is. He killed his wife and he's been charged with first-degree murder. I said, damn, bitch. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay. Also speaking of some disgusting shit. So, the whole situation with R. Kelly. And let me tell you something, I just want y'all to understand, for those that are old enough and who knew that people was circulating that tape around of R. Kelly, that sex tape with R. Kelly and that child. Y'all was watching child porn. You literally participated in child porn. Y'all was selling child porn on the sidewalks and all of this stuff, all willy fucking nilly. You are fucking disgusting. Okay. So that victim, she has now come out, put her name out there, put her face out there, because she's about to put out a book and everything. And she said one of the one things that she truly, truly, truly regret doing was doing that trial. She didn't want to testify. Understandable. She was a child. She was scared. I get it. I get it. And y'all know she's Sparkle niece and all that stuff. And Sparkle had to put out a post saying that I did not groom her, and I'm glad that she is finally speaking up and all this stuff or whatever. Blah 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 blah. People only think that way because you know she told her go over there, ask R. Kelly to be your godfather or whatever. Because at one point, Sparkle was cool with R. Kelly. She was close to him as well. And it was like, okay, let's make this a family thing or whatever. And I mean, I'm pretty sure she didn't have it in her mind that this motherfucker was going to take advantage of her niece. So I don't believe that that's what it was either. But I get why people kind of probably say, oh, you set it up or you helped, you know what I'm saying, groom the girl. But I don't believe that that was the case, because that's how a fucking predator works. It works. They work through your whole family sometimes. And that's exactly what he did with with this girl's family, because I believe her father was actually like his drummer or some shit, working with him still as a way to like keep him quiet after all of this shit happened. Yeah, and the only one that really was saying something about it was Sparkle, that was calling the shit out. And that's why her career has been derailed, because she called his ass out. And the people, oh, you hate ass bitch and all that stuff. You know how y'all doing. Why would I do that? Y'all protect predators and all that shit. So now she got a book coming out about it. Just in case y'all wanted to know. Her name is Rashana. But moving on from that, Rashana Lynn, she 41 years old. God damn, everybody on. T.I. got an album coming out. And T.I. said T.I. cut his locks off. He got an album coming out. I Ain't Gonna Hold You. The new song, that little yeah, it's cute. Bitch. Let me tell you something. T.I. has been with me lately. But you know what? I'm going to give it a listen. Because, it sound like old T.I. the T.I. that I liked it. And you want to know who else is doing some shit? I said, oh my God, Juvie, I didn't know you had it like this. Juvie been putting out some cuts, bitch. Juvenile, okay? That BBB, bitch, big booty bitch. I said, yes. Okay, I love it. I was like, you know what? That sounds nasty. That beat is everything. I said, I love it. You old niggas is giving me what I need right about now. He said he's going to retire, after this album. I said, you know what? You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. And it's cute. Instead of just going outside like Lil Wayne, you know when to let it go. And you let it go. And that's nice. And I feel like this is probably going to be a good album, T.I. Cool. Also, somebody else that's being let go. Kelly Clarkson put out a statement saying that this is gonna be her last season. It's been difficult, juggling the show, and she's gonna be focusing on her kids and all that shit or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, girl. But then they said Sherri Shepherd is getting canceled. I said, God damn, bitch. I was with Loni Love, okay? Me and Loni Love don't see eye to eye all the time, bitch. But, when she said she just feels some type of way, like it was kind of fucked up that Sherri couldn't come out and say, that this would be the last season or whatever. They just posted her picture up there and put canceled on that. I synced that big old thing and I said, shit, bitch, that's crazy. What the fuck happened? Then you up here trying to say that it ain't performance based. I said, then what the fuck is it? What is it? What is it? Where is it? What they say it was. What they say it was. Girl, I did write it down, didn't I? They said, The decision is driven by the evolving daytime television landscape and does not reflect on the strength of the show, its production, which has found strong creative momentum this season, or the incredibly talented Sherri Shepherd. We believe in the show and Sherri and intend to explore alternatives for it on other platforms. Bullshit, bitch. Bullshit. So what you gonna put into place? Y'all trying to get rid of all these shows. That's what it is. Bitch, when the View go, that's when it's going to be like, damn, wrap it up, everybody. It's a wrap. Talk shows is dead, for real, for real. Y'all have got to watch, I don't know. It's a TV series. It's a little docu-series that's on Netflix, not Netflix, but Hulu, called Dirty Talk. And it's talking about the rise and falls of the talk shows, bitch. They're talking about Jenny Jones, Montel, Sally ass is on there talking to, and Maury. Bitch, Maury has looked the same. Y'all talk about Morgan Freeman being an old nigga all his life. Maury is the white version. Maury is the white version. I don't know what the fuck either one of them got going in a regimen, but they look good for their age. Okay, and they still kicking. And Maury damn sure look good for his age. Maury probably closer to 90 than anything. And that motherfucker still look like he be talking and walking and doing things as if he's still in his 50s, bitch. And I'm just like, oh my God. So every time I find out, bitch, let me see how old he is. Whew, Lord have mercy. Maury. He 87 years old. He 87 fucking years old. Mind you, when we first saw him back in the day, girl, well, on a little documentary, and they go back before he got his little talk show when he was on like, Talk Addiction or whatever, like the little gossip shows and all that shit like they do, like an E! Show or whatever. But, oh my God, I forgot what it was called. Anyway, bitch, they used to have a 30-minute block. This was before my time, but even when he was on the news and stuff like that, that motherfucker still looked older. Okay, he looked older, and he's looked the same look ever since he was on Maury, and he does now. Okay, ever since he was on the talk show, and he still looks the same. And that motherfucker's almost 90 years old. He just turned 87. He's a Capricorn. Oh my God, you're a Capricorn? You're a Capricorn. He's a Capricorn. No wonder why. That explains it. That's why that motherfucker kept working as long as he did. Because, bitch, we don't know when to stop. Okay? 87 years old and still look good. But, bitch, it is a good little show. It's a good little 3-part so far. Hold on. Let me say something. I'm going to see if it's 3 or 4 parts. Dirty Talk. There it is. Well, it's 3 episodes so far. The 21st. What day was that? January the 21st. That's a Wednesday. So if it is another episode, it'll probably come on today. But it didn't come on last week. Oh, well, it's 3 parts. Oh, it is what it is. And it's cute. It's cute. It talk about everything. Baby, compared to today, oh yes. The people loved talk shows back in the day, and it was so many of them. And I'm looking at that, and I said, damn, it was so many fucking talk shows back in the day. I used to watch Sally, Jesse Raphael, that's the same person. Jenny Jones, Ricki Lake was my bitch, okay? Ricki Lake was where I saw Usher perform for the first time as Usher. Not Lil Usher, let me get a penny for your thought Usher, or Call Me a Mag Usher. No, I'm talking My Way. No, oh my God, My Way. Yeah. You make me wanna be the one I'm with. He performed that on Ricki Lake. Okay. I remember when on Jenny Jones, B2K was the first time I ever seen B2K. B2K performed on this is how they got introduced to the world on the worldwide. They was performing on Jenny Jones. And then, cause back in the day, bitch, talk shows, certain type of talk shows used to have performances. They used to have an artist come on and they'll perform. They don't got that these days. Not like that. They used to break artists and shit too, you know. And then I remember when B2K was on Ricky Lake too, you know what I'm saying? After they did Jenny Jones, then they went over there to Ricky Lake, they did all that. Who else, bitch? I didn't realize that they used to fight on Jesse Raphael. And then I go back and I said, oh yes, they did a little bit. They did a little bit. It wasn't too bad like the other ones, but they used to box on there too. And Jesse Raphael, or I should say Sally Jesse Raphael, she used to be cutting their asses up like she talked to like she they mama. I'm like, oh shit, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? My mama is at home. I'm talking to you. Sit your ass down. I'm like, all right. Okay. Y'all remember back on Maury? No, and Jenny Jones and Maury, but Jenny Jones specifically, they used to have those goddamn shows before Maury started, and then they stopped a little bit because then I like the way that they talked about how Maury started off as one way, but then how the paternity stuff became so popular because Maury used to have a goddamn wide range of shit that they used to talk about. They had the badass kids, they had the cheating motherfuckers on there, they had the talent shows, bitch, they had the can you figure out whether I'm born a woman or a man type of situation, something you can't do today because everybody's so goddamn sensitive, but you know, it is a little offensive, but yeah, girl, and taking them kids to fucking boot camp. Jenny Jones used to do that shit, and Maury used to do that shit. Jerry Springer just used to fight. And to know that he was a mayor at one point, girl, they just used to fight. Okay, that's just all that it is. You had Montel Williams, Geraldo, bitch, I never forget when that motherfucker got hit in the face with that chair. I seen that clip so many goddamn times. I did not realize on Jenny Jones that the dude that killed that other dude because they got him on the TV and surprised him by saying that he had a crush on him. And then his friend wound up killing him because you put me on national TV saying that you got a crush on me and I'm not gay, you know that. And this was not the time where gay people was just being gay was an out like that was fully acceptable by everybody. Truth be told, it still ain't right now, but you know, they trying to reverse a whole bunch of shit. But hey, it is what it is, bitch. We're queer and we're here. But anyway, you got that going on. And then when he killed him, I didn't even know that the episode didn't air. And I'm like, what? What do you mean it didn't air? I could have sworn I saw that. Because I know it. I know it. Maybe because I seen it in documentaries or they talked about it. I remember when the trial happened, for sure. I do feel like Jenny Jones should have been found guilty for some shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. Cause they knew, bitch. And they used to be poaching guests from different talk shows because they all was on the same strip down in New York. Girl, it was crazy. It is crazy. Y'all remember Mother Love? Ricky Lake used to have fake ass guests on there. One girl got up on that show and was talking about how her and her friends made up a whole thing to get on the show. And the friend blanked. So the girl had to wing that shit. Okay, because the friend blanked. And I said, oh my God, that's crazy. Oh, we had it fun back in the day. We had it fun. Everything's so goddamn serious now. God damn. You know, talk shows used to be fun. I never forget. And speaking of The View, baby, The View will go down for when that whole shit that happened with Star Jones when Star Jones finally left. Star Jones, the people was showing that they was tired of her, especially when she was about to get married to Al Reynolds, and she made everything. Truth be told, I kind of think that Star was a goddamn visionary at this point. Because when you think about it, what Star Jones did with her wedding, she monetized that bitch. She monetized it. That's what influencers these days do with their whole lives and their relationships and stuff like that. The same way that Star Jones they talked about the wedding so much on the goddamn show, the people was over it. And I'm talking about her co-host, right? Just about like the wedding was sponsored, the dress was sponsored, this was sponsored, that was sponsored. Everything was fucking sponsored. And the same thing they do today. They do that, like these influencers do that today. And I'm like, damn, bitch, Star Jones was really onto some shit. I just thought of that right now. But yeah, girl, when they was talking about them contract negotiations, and they did that one episode and Star Jones said this would be my last episode, bitch. Barbara Walters was sitting there like this. She was pissed. She was pissed because that's not how they wanted to announce it. And I don't even think that they was already ready, but they were ready. They hadn't decided anything. I don't know. But Star Jones said, fuck it, you ain't finna have me in lingo. So, or limbo. And I'm finna just go ahead and put in my resignation. Let this be my one day notice, okay, bitch? Cause I ain't coming back. Bitch, they was over it, and Barbara Walters ain't see it for Star Jones ever since. Fun times, bitch. Oh, you want to know who gets cut out when they talk about talk shows? It ain't because it's more so of like a night, but it came on during the day. But it was set up like a nighttime show, like a David Letterman and a Jay Leno and a Tonight Show type of situation. You know, with the desk, and then you had a guest over here, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell had a fucking show, and that bitch was good. That bitch was good. I really feel like, I knew she was gay back in the day because every time Jen Jackson came on that bitch, she wanted to hump that lady. She wanted to hump that lady, bitch. And she be at Jenny used to be playing with her too. Y'all gotta go back. Y'all gotta go find some clips on YouTube. Cause Jenny, she be acting all meek and demure and subdued and all that shit now. And classy. Not saying that she wasn't classy back in the day, but back in the day, Jenny used to flirt with everybody. No, bitch, you go and look at, especially when she was on Oprah, and Oprah was talking about so you got your nipple pierced? She was like, yeah. She's like, so what does that do? I was like, oh my God. Cool it down, bitch. It's poking through your shirt. That's a little freak. That's an original freak box, okay? I feel like it's still up in there. It's a little hidden because she's a mom now, okay? But, it be coming out when she be doing her little residency and all that shit or whatever. Bitch, we used to have a time. We used to have a fucking time back in the day. Put your talk shows down in the comments that you used to watch. But I do feel like that's a little fucked up that Sherry got canceled like that. That ain't no real fucking reason. That ain't no goddamn real reason. What the hell? Whew. Make sure y'all drink y'all water, bitch. Let me tell you something. I was pissing so much yesterday. I was over it, but I had to drink my water. You know what I don't like? I don't like it when my urine is so goddamn yellow. Or like that, like it's dark. And I'm not talking about dark like brown or whatever, but it's bright like yellow. Or, y'all get it. When you ain't drinking enough water, bitch, let my shit be close to clear. I want my shit to be light yellow. That's what I need it to be. Okay? I don't care if I'm overhydrated. I don't like to see that shit like that. I said, let me go drink something. Okay? Put the pop down, y'all. Put the juice down and get your water. All right? And you want to know what else? I don't know who started this or why I'm just not getting onto it. But I seen somebody talk about something. Those Chinese people, they write about drinking hot water in the morning. I said, girl, what? So I go look it up. And I was like, what's good? The benefits of drinking hot water the first drink of the day. I was like, yeah, it'll help your digestive system, wake that bitch up and get that shit rolling. Girl, they ain't never fucking lie. I said, oh my God, I gotta wake up a little extra early because, bitch, god damn, I'm gonna be late for work. Clean you right out, bitch. You fuck them pills and all this other shit that they be having you detox, girl. Just drink your ass some fucking hot water in the morning, okay? Flush you out, okay? Just going. I said, oh my God, thank goodness. It's a good feeling too because you feel a little lighter and you feel a little cleaner, like your colon is just might be a little squeak. It could be. But yeah, girl, what else is going on? Did y'all see the trailer? The trailer for the Michael movie? Oh my God, Quincy. Oh my God, all I know is, bitch, I was like, do I see Michael or do I see Jafar? I see a little bit of both. I see Michael and Jermaine, okay? I said, oh my God, I see Michael, I see Jermaine, I hear Michael. But when they did the one, oh my God, the sequence when they did him doing the dance for Thriller, oh shit, bitch. I said he was flinging around that goddamn Jerry curl. I said, oh my God, that's Michael right there, bitch. But you want to know what gagged me? Whoever the fuck it is on that goddamn set that was doing the makeup, for Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo. I said, bitch, is that Joe Jackson? I thought he was dead. What he doing on the set? Is that his ghost? Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm scared. I said, oh shit. Let me tell you something. Joe Jackson was scary looking. It's the eyebrows. And he had light eyes. He had I think it was hazel green or some shit like that. Bitch, he had them light fucking eyes. I'm pretty sure that's what got Catherine too and all them other, because he was a whore too. So yeah, bitch, he was a little light. He wasn't light, but he was I won't call him dark skin. He was a little brown skin. He was caramel. There you go. And them light eyes. And then he had some eyebrows that kind of popped up like that, because all of Jackson's got them eyebrows. That's how you know. That's how you know you got a Jackson right there, the eyebrows, bitch. Okay? And I said, and as he got older, I was like, oh my God, you look scary. And they said, bitch, that's scary fine. And I said, oh. But Coleman Domingo sitting at that goddamn, he look like Hugh Crane. That, him sitting at that table in that picture, I said, oh my God, who is that? Who did the body? And why is it sitting here? I thought it was supposed to be buried. Oh my God, Joe, you look good. You look good. Bitch, I can't wait. Girl, I did not know that, who else is in the movie? They said Kat Graham is supposed to be playing Diana Ross. I kind of could see it a little bit, but her voice a little bit too deep for Diana. And I'm talking about speaking. I don't know what the girl can sing. And Lorenz Tate is playing Barrett Gordon. Lorenz. And Nia Long, of course, is playing Catherine. I said, what? Y'all, who playing Janet? Who is playing Janet? Bitch, I'm finna act the fool up in this goddamn theater, girl. I'm about to act the fool. I just want y'all to understand that. It's a clip that they put up in the trailer of when Joe had them wake up, because who broke the string on my guitar, and had them playing in their pajamas and all that shit. Bitch, somebody gonna screenshot and say, oh my God, he had them up there late playing pajamas, and they playing in their pajamas. And then everybody else was like, us millennials and all this stuff, they was like, bitch, this movie ain't for y'all. This movie is for the ones that sat through the whole 6 hours of a Jackson family, American Dreams, the Jackson family. That's what it is, okay? We sat through that whole mini series each and every time that bitch come on, and that has not been on TV. And I'm talking about BET. Mind you, I don't watch regular TV, but it's not on the streaming service, and I don't understand why. An American Dream, the Jackson family. Michael ain't got no right being fucking cold, bitch. I'm about to cut up in that movie theater. That's all y'all need to fucking know. Bitch. Oh. I ain't tell you something. When I went to go see that Whitney documentary, the one that was actually good, I went to go see that at the movies. Oh my God, I was in there crying. That was. Bitch, I was in there just boo. I was so glad it wasn't too many people in there, and it wasn't nobody behind me or in front of me, because bitch, I was crying. Oh my God, bitch, let them do a Prince. Oh shit. I was watching that Luther documentary that was on CNN. Oh my God, I think it's on HBO Max now. I was up in this bitch crying. Man, I wish Luther was still here, and I wish, man, we probably would have had that talent in a time of this day and age where he could have just been himself. Oh my God, imagine just wanting to be loved so bad and you couldn't because you was gay, and the peoples didn't want you to be gay out in public, and bitch, The clip that they keep on playing and using because of Cher saying that he won a Grammy this past Sunday. And then it was like, it's a clip of Luther, skinny Luther, accepting his Grammys awards or whatever. I think he had like 2 Grammys or something in his hand. And he was like, thank you, and all that stuff. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, bitch. Bitch, the people knew. Like, if I could see that shit, bitch, we saw it. Girl, I wish he was here. He could be out and proud. All right, he's supposed to be out here with his whole boyfriend. Like, it was okay for Elton John to do that shit. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. But when it comes to black folks, you know, so much more critical, so much more homophobic and all that shit. But ain't got no right being gone. Whitney ain't got no right being gone. Prince ain't got no right being gone. Aretha. Oh my God. And that clip with Aretha was like, well, what I have to think about is, you know, what I'm going to fix for dinner, you know. And I said, you know what, that's real. Because, bitch, I be like, I don't even realize I don't want to do it. I don't really care, but I got to do something, you know. The fuck, food is boring. But, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, girl, I'm going to cut up. And I'm going to come back. And y'all going to be like, bitch, you went to go see her? Yes. Oh, my God. Whew. Girl, Renee, side note, or I should say, moving forward, Renee from, Renee Graziano. Y'all know who the fuck that is. Renee trying to bring My Wise back. Girl, Drita said, yeah, they came to me about doing a reboot, and I said, absolutely fucking not. I moved on from it. Renee, baby, you need to move on from it too. Okay? Move on. I'm going to still watch. But why are we still doing this, though? Like, I didn't even know the mob thing was still a thing. It ain't prevalent like it was back in the day. Junior! You know what? Is Junior still in jail? Because I hope he is. Because no shade, Renee got on my nerves because Renee really thought that she was a mobster, bitch. She was a mobster, but I tolerated that bitch. And I actually still liked her. You know what I'm saying? You know, she had a whole bunch of shit and I knew she was popping them pills, bitch. Okay? But, when Junior played her daddy like that, you came back into that lady life, was up in her bed, probably was still cheating on her too. And she was holding you up to the highest, bitch. She was holding you up to the highest. And you snitched on her daddy and had her daddy locked up. Oh my God. Bitch, let me tell you something. They don't do the mob shit like they used to do back in the day. I don't know. It was like early 2000s when they had like over 100 mobsters out here in Chicago got scooped up. That shit was big, bitch. Let me look that up right quick. Let me tell you something. Chicago, 100 mob, 100 black men. What was it, bitch? Girl, I can't find it. It was 100 or it was like 50. Bitch, it was a lot. It was a lot. That shit was funny as fuck. I said, oh my God, what's going on? What happened? Why y'all get arrested? They weren't doing that. I'm like, There was a whole bunch of them. I might be putting out false information, but it was a whole bunch of them. That was a big fucking thing. Somebody finna put it down in the comments and be like, you talk about this, and I'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But anyway, yeah, they don't make them like they do back in the day. Bitch, and speaking of shows that's either coming back again, canceled, Basketball Wives got canceled. Shani came back and said it's not coming back. Now she put out there it's not coming back, and here you got Laura Govan oh girl, we need to have one more season. You know, I'll put my money up to executive produce whatever. You know, so we could just hash it out one more time and all this stuff. Put this person, did tag Tammy or whatever. I said, girl, Tammy is working. Tammy coming back to a reality show to be a cast member to fight and argue would be beneath her at this point, given that she has actually got actual real TV jobs. Like, come on. All right, I'm sitting here like, then Drea coming out. Oh my God, just give us one more season. I'm like, bitch, are y'all broke? Why y'all begging? Bitch, Basketball Wives should have been done. Now y'all gotta go do something else and do something for real for money. I don't even know what to say, bitch. Okay, Shani, I never liked Shani. I'm gonna just put that out there. Never liked her. I thought she was fake as fuck. I thought she was the messy. She was the main villain. I know people want to say Evelyn was the villain. No, Evelyn got all of her power and all of her, shit to her. Like she was untouchable because of Shani. And so therefore, Shani ain't shit because she the one that pumped that bitch up and never brought that hoe down. Okay. Excuse me. Shani was fake as fuck. Shani, she was no friends to anyone but Evelyn. And that's it. That's it. I never liked her. Never fucking liked her. Okay. But yeah, girl, how y'all feel about basketball? Girl, I didn't even watch the last couple of seasons or so. I did. The last thing I saw was when that episode when Jackie knocked the shit out of Shanti. And they said, that's it, bitch. We're not bringing it back. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, that is so funny. Anyway. Y'all, I'm tired. I was 8 o'clock, bitch. Right on time. Right on time. Mind you, I'm like, this got some taste to it. It's just fucking cold water. Girl, it's just water. Oh, and NLE Chopper, what the fuck is going on with him? I don't even fucking like Blueface, but you need to get your ass whooped for that. Okay? I don't know where the beef started. It just seems like he's going around starting beefs and all this stuff just to get attention or whatever. He is the definition of a gimmick. You want to know what he's doing? He's doing his Lil Nas. He's doing his Lil Nas. Every time Lil Nas had something coming out, he had a gimmick and he had something, to cause controversy around it, right? We saw where that got him. But you see what he's doing now. He put out a song. He's dissing NBA Youngboy. He's trying to be reincarnated Tupac. That's blasphemy. Disrespectful as shit. Now you're going back and forth with Blueface for fucking what? Like, girl, I don't be involved in this shit. I don't follow these people. The only reason why I know something about this is because I open up my Instagram and there's the video on Neighborhood Talk of this motherfucker going in on Blueface's son, Chrisean Jr. And I said, oh my God. Blueface said, well, shit, bitch, we're not gonna go back and forth. I box. Let's fight. He said, I'm not finna fight you. Okay, but what I will make your ass do is, how about my son go up against your son? Let's see who can put their nose up, who can put their hands up, who can run the farthest, who can walk the farthest, who can stand the lowest. Can he put his hands on his nose? I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Now, why would you bring the child in it? The kids in it? What was that? And I feel, and mind you, you know me, it be like, fuck them kids sometimes. No shade. But in this case, what was the reason? Why would you do that? And then you're talking about a disabled child. You're talking about a disabled child who is already being neglected by his parent. Not both of them, actually. Because if Blueface truly cared about that boy, he would have did everything in his power to get that boy away from Chrisean and get him the help that he needed. I feel so bad for that little boy. I feel so bad for him. And I hate to say this, and I hate to be the one to put this out there because I don't want that to happen, but y'all know it's true. If he stays in her custody, he's not going to be here for long. He's not. And that's sad. And that's why it's forever fuck that bitch. Because she did that shit to him. She did that shit to him. The people was telling her, don't be smoking, don't be drinking and all that shit. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck. And I feel like she know that she fucked up, and she don't want to face the fact that she fucked up and made him that way, or help contribute to get him to the way that he is. And that's why she won't get him the help. Because if she go ahead and get him the actual help, then she got to face the reality that, yeah, I did this. Anyway, y'all, let me get the hell up off of here because I'm about to go there, bitch. That shit just pissed me off. Quit fucking talking about kids, okay? You beefing with somebody, be a fucking grown-ass motherfucker and beef with that person. Don't bring them goddamn kids in it. That little boy ain't had shit to do with this. Niggas. Anyway, y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all know I love it when y'all do support it. I be like, oh my God, you guys be coming back each and every time. Listen to me talk about shit. And shout out to the ones that still come back, even though I talk about the people that they like. I see you, you see me, bitch. We understand each other. You know, we got differences of opinions and all that shit. And you can still respect me and I can still respect you. That's cool. Except for politics. Because that's serious. All this other shit, bitch, it ain't real. It ain't real. Politics is affecting everything that we do. So, yeah, I love y'all. I love y'all for that. You see me, I see you. We see each other. Okay? But anyway, be safe. Bundle up. Make sure your hate is good. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. Bitch, I'm hungry as shit.